right. All right, here, let's get things kicked off. Hello and welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us for our coffee break with Intuit, where we're going to be talking a little bit more about TurboTax Live and what it means to be a remote tax expert here at Intuit. My name's Thomas, and I will be your moderator for today. I'm going to first go through a few housekeeping items before we get started. I'll let you know that on the bottom of your screen, you'll see a Q&A box. Please feel free to add any questions that you think of or that come up into that very area. We have a full team of professionals behind the scenes that will be answering questions live within the Q&A box during the webinar today. I'll let you know that most of your questions will likely be answered, but in the event they're not, I'll go through some Q&A at the end of today and hit on any questions we didn't cover or general themes that we might be seeing. Please be rest assured that in case you do miss anything, we'll be following up with the webinar recording after today's call. Now, if you've already gone through your interview process, meaning you've already done your recorded video interview for the role, and you're just waiting to hear back from your recruiter, please wait till the end. I'll give you a heads up at the end when it's time to put your name and email into the Q&A box. And we'll make sure after that point to have a recruiter follow up with you. Now, as a final note, you'll also see a QR code on your slide deck. This will take you to our application page where you can apply for a position if you've not already done so. And with that, we will begin. All right, so here's the agenda today. First, we'll introduce our panelists so you get an idea of who you'll be hearing from. We'll talk a little bit more about the positions we have available and the benefits you receive once you begin your journey here with us. You'll get to hear a bit more from an actual real-life TurboTax Live professional, somebody who's done the job themselves and can share their experience with you to let you know what it's like to actually do this work. And then we'll talk a little bit more about the recruiting process and what it takes to join our community, to be one of our candidates, and then become one of our experts or associates here at Intuit. Our recruiter will share step-by-step process you'll follow from recruitment to onboarding, and then some helpful tips to follow for conducting your interview if you haven't done so already. And then finally, with any time we do have left at the end, we'll be sure to do Q&A. To ensure that you have all the information you need in order to get yourself on our incredible team of experts here. Okay. Here are the three of us who will be talking to you today. I told you before, you'll be hearing from a TurboTax Live expert who once was in your shoes and made the jump to working at Intuit. So you'll be hearing from Patrice Tudor today, a TurboTax Live Manager 1. Patrice is an enrolled agent, tax advice strategist, author, and speaker that brings a simple approach to complicated tax matters. Patrice loves to educate and empower tax experts with tools of success. She began her career here at Intuit in January 2014 as a part-time seasonal tax expert. Now, she's currently a full-time year-round Manager 1 at TurboTax. So you'll get to hear from Patrice on not only how she made the jump to work with us, but how she progressed her career here at Intuit. You're also going to hear from one of my peers, Imani Love Parker, who is a recruiter here on their TurboTax Live team. She's in her 10th season. She started in the candidate liaison role and was promoted to recruiter and then lead before recently joining Intuit full-time. Imani will make sure you leave us today knowing the positions that are available to you, the qualifications for each role, and the recruitment process that you'll go through. And then there's myself. I'm Thomas. I'm your MC for today. I have over 10 years recruiting experience. I've been into it for just under a year and now recruit for our Connecting People to Expert team. I am a proud dog parent. You might hear the bark points in the background here, just to say hello while I present. I'll be walking you through everything you need to know about Intuit, our mission, our people, and exactly why this is such a great opportunity here. Okay, Why work for Intuit? Let's jump into a little bit more about us, our benefits, and why you should work here. So Intuit is one of the top companies to work at. And you're not just going to hear that from me. You can learn that we're a top company to work for by many distinguished organizations that have actually ranked us a best place to work. For instance, this year, Fortune magazine ranked us at number 11 on their 100 best companies to work for in the United States. There's over 7,500 companies that are surveyed on the best place to work index. And out of those 7,500, we actually ranked number 11, pretty high up there. This has to do with many things. It's how we treat our employees, how our employees are evaluated, paid, and the ability to make sure each employee has a successful career in terms of job growth here and recognition. Let me tell you why we're asking you to be here. We're asking you to work here as experts because of the fact that we have this giant virtual network of tax professionals like yourselves who are out there to help 50 million taxpayers file their taxes each year. Most consumers who are filing their taxes don't have your knowledge or your expertise. So we're looking for people like you who know taxes and are professionals in this area to come talk live on camera with our customers, walk through their tax returns with them, and either help them prepare their taxes or in some cases actually do their taxes for them. It's a great opportunity to connect with people from all 50 states and be able to really support and help them with their tax filing needs. Okay, TurboTax. Now, TurboTax, it gives you the opportunity to work remotely. It is the new normal. We've been doing this for a long time, and so it's not something we implemented because of COVID. In fact, we did launch work from home services with our customers over a decade ago. And by now, we think we're perfecting it. So this gives you the opportunity to work from home and do it with the company who's doing it right. You'll work remote from your home or home office, and you'll be able to select a schedule that best works for you with our scheduling model.
Finder hasn't added support for that with Siri.
And no matter what role you're in, someone's Siri went off, and no matter what role you're in, we'll offer some great benefits. The 401k savings plan and Intuit matching program. Let me talk about that. So for every dollar you contribute, Intuit will contribute $1.25 up to 6% of what you put away. And you are vested on day one here. And if you come back year after year, we'll continue to match over and over for you as long as you work through the entire season. Our employee stock purchase plan, that gives you the opportunity to buy stock at employee prices. If you're interested in stock, take a look at how we're doing. It is a great benefit here. We also have the employee assistance program and paid sick leave. So you do get product discounts and a free copy of TurboTax Live. And now it's all these benefits that are going to be available to you, even though it's just a seasonal 4 months out of the year job. You still have all these benefits available to you in these different roles that you're going to hear about today. Now, I'm going to pass it over to Amani, who will talk to you about the positions we have available.
Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate that. So let's look at the positions that we do have here available. We're going to look at the roles that we're hiring for. And of course, your recruiter will help you better understand each role and how your skills and your experience match up to the requirements of the role that you're interested in. So first, we have our tax prep assistant role, or TPA. The TPAs welcome the TurboTax Live customers. They provide info on the different levels of service available, and they help gather key information and documents required for the service that they choose. The TPA role does require 1 to 2 years of paid tax prep experience, preparing a minimum of 30 or more each season, and excellent customer service skills. We're also hiring tax associates, and our tax associates have a minimum of 3 or more seasons of paid tax prep experience, a minimum of 30 or more returns prepared each season, and have an active Preparer's Tax Identification Number, or PTIN. Our tax associates assist customers with their basic to complex tax questions using their knowledge of tax laws and concepts. And if requested, our tax associates could also assist with the preparation and filing of 1040 returns. Now, just a side note for our tax associates that are interested in becoming an EA, Intuit's Pro Dev team can help our tax associates get their EA credentials by providing study material, mentors, and even financial assistance with the exam, all at no cost to you. And once you've successfully passed your EA exam and obtained the EA license from the IRS, you can then be considered for our credentialed tax expert role. Now, like our tax associate role, our tax expert role also requires a minimum of 3 or more seasons of paid tax prep experience, a minimum of 30 or more returns prepared each season, and an active P10. But our tax experts must also be a licensed and active CPA, EA, or practicing attorney with a JD license. Now, keep in mind the tax expert role doesn't only give tax advice, but they also provide tax filing services from start to finish when requested. So in general, our tax prep assistant, tax associate, and tax expert roles all share a few basic things. They are all seasonal and virtual customer-facing roles by phone or by video, and require a commitment of 20 hours minimum per week. They all provide live advice. They research, answer tax questions, and or fully prepare customer returns when needed. There's paid training and equipment is provided for each role. And because we offer TurboTax in Spanish, bilingual is a plus. Now you'll get to hear from Patrice, a real live TurboTax professional, to hear about her experience on the job. But first, a quick video on the day in the life of a tax expert.
All right, good day, everyone. My name is Patrice Tudor, and I am a manager or M1 here at TurboTax. And I want to just say welcome to everyone and to just kind of give you a little bit about my background and, of course, your life at Intuit as a tax expert and what's that like. So, of course, again, my name is Patrice. I started here back in January of 2014, and I am an enrolled agent. And I started just like you all, just filling out a simple application and inquiry online. And I was hired as a part-time tax expert, just like you, where I was doing customer-facing calls. Of course, since I started in 2014, we've grown by leaps and bounds. We've got a lot of amazing technology, and it's such a great work environment here. I started out part-time as a tax expert on the phones, and then I was promoted to a lead. I worked as a lead for a few seasons, and a lead actually helps supports the agents when they are taking the customer-facing calls. Did that for a few years, and then I was promoted to manager back in November of 2019. So now I actually work year-round in a full-time position here at Intuit, and it's an amazing place to work, an amazing place for growth and development, and I really like it here. Of course, my life here as Intuit has been fulfilling, is absolutely the best job ever. I have lots of fun here. We're very team focused. There's a lot of collaboration. And here at Intuit, we empower our agents in growth and development with several opportunities to just grow with your knowledge and taxes, but to also grow your career. Next slide, please. So, growing my practice as a remote TurboTax Live expert, this is my desk. This is my office. And as you can see, I have several computer screens, but that is because we are in a very fast-paced environment, very supportive, however, very fast-paced. You learn something new every single day. And a reason why I have so many screens is because I work on several projects. So in addition to me working as a tax professional, I also have an opportunity as a manager to work on various projects for the different tools and processes that we'll be using each tax season. So this is actually my work setup, and I actually love, love, love working from home. And as a TurboTax Live expert, we are here to support you. So upon accepting a position here, we give you all of the tools for success. We send you a computer, a headset, we send you information on how, well, actually how to get set up, as well as you have the support of your team. So we send you the actual physical tools to get set up, like I said, um, your computers, your different, your mouse, your headset, things of that nature to get set up. But we also provide you with the support you need as a team, because although you're virtual and you're working from home, you're absolutely not alone. Next slide, please. Of course, you're not alone because we have the expert community here at Intuit, where you will have the support of your team, your other agents, other tax prep assistants, our credential agents, but you also have the support of our leads who used to be customer-facing agents as well. So they'll be able to help you with any concerns or issues that you have whenever you're receiving phone calls. So you're never alone. You never have to be nervous. We're absolutely here to help you at every single juncture. And as a manager, managers here are here to support you not just in your job role, but also in your other roles as far as well, the other things you do in your role here as far as like getting you help or getting you set up with payroll, helping you whenever there's a growth and development opportunity available. But it's a full-fledged community, and it's a community of agents, leads, and managers from all different backgrounds, from all over the United States. So when I first started, of course, I'm based on the East Coast, but it was just amazing to be able to be on a team of agents that were from California or were from the North or from the Midwest, because I learned so much about the different tax laws from those different states. So it was very, very enriching. Next slide, please. So one thing you have to know here, another tool, a lot of other tools we use here are, of course, Slack, which is one of our main tools we use to communicate with each other. And we also use Outlook. And so for all of the other tools that we have, our phone tools and things of that nature, you would receive more than enough training to make sure that you're acclimated to do a great job here. Because of course, the day in the life of a tax expert here is delighting our TurboTax customers, where you would take customer-facing calls. You would also answer chat messages as well from our customers. And you would answer their questions that are actually tax knowledge based, but also dealing with our product support, all of which you will learn more about during training. So, of course, I have some tips for you once you become a tax expert here. So, one of the main tips I would express or share with you is that you want to always have an open mind, always be flexible, and also you want to lead by learning. We have a huge, huge, huge community of experts who have vast backgrounds, and this is a job where every single day you will learn something new. So you want to keep an open mind, have a healthy curiosity, and you will be very successful here. It'll be very rewarding and fulfilling for you as well. Also, you want to keep in mind, this is my third tip for you, is when you join us to have fun because we have a lot of fun here. There's a lot of great camaraderie, and this is one of the best places to work. You build great relationships with people here, with your colleagues, and you can build lifelong friendships. So those are my three tips for you is to have an open mind, to have a healthy curiosity for learning, and to have fun because you're going to make some great friends here. And this is an environment where you can do the best work of your lives here. Thank you so much. All right, Imani, back to you.
Thank you, Patrice. Now, let's dive into how you join our team step by step. Once you have applied to the role that interests you, you will be connected to a recruiter who will schedule time for a phone screen with you. Your recruiter is going to go through some basic screening questions to help confirm that you're qualified for the job that you've applied for, and if not, discuss alternative roles that may be better suited. Your recruiter will also share information on our paid training, competitive pay rates, which, by the way, does take into consideration your skills and your experience, but are also regionally driven based on the state that you live and work in during the tax season. They will also let you know about our end of season performance bonus, which differs based on the role that you apply for. Now, finally, they will also go over hours of operation, technical requirements, and answer any questions you may have before moving on to next steps. If you meet all of the requirements for the role that you've applied for and you're still interested in moving forward, your recruiter will request a digital interview link to be sent to you from HireView, our digital interview team. Our interview process takes approximately 60 to 70 minutes, and it consists of a handful of video questions and several multiple choice questions that are open book. So be encouraged to use resources that you're familiar with, as well as a few recommendations that you'll get from the team. And the best part is you can complete your interview all in the comfort of your own home and office when it's convenient for you. Now, once you've submitted your digital interview, it will be evaluated by our hiring managers, and usually within a week or so, a recruiter will hopefully receive successful results of your interview, and will reach out to you with a verbal offer, at which time the recruiter will confirm your pay rate, your end of season bonus potential, season start dates and end dates, as well as our training program, and all other tasks that are needed to get your onboarding started. Now, if you do accept the verbal offer, you will be connected to a coordinator who will send you a link from HireRight to submit your background check. Then we'll send your offer letter for your review and your signature through DocuSign. Now, there will be a few other onboarding tasks required by Intuit. So you'll have to successfully pass an internet speed test, which confirms that your internet line meets the required upload and download speeds for the role. A couple of things to keep in mind, your internet line must be hardwired, and we do not allow the use of hotspots and cell phones or even satellite internet to perform these roles. We'll also request a copy of your active PTIN for both tax associate and tax expert roles. And for tax experts, a credential verification will also be conducted by HireRight during your background check process. One last thing to remember, agents must already have or be able to obtain any related licenses, certificates, permits, and or bonds required by your state. And as soon as all of the required tasks have been successfully completed, You will finalize your onboarding and receive an email with access to the Internet Expert Portal, where you will complete your new hire paperwork, complete I-9s, create your work schedule based on our hours of operation during the tax season, which is 7 days a week, 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific time. Please keep in mind that your work schedule must be a minimum of 20 hours per week and will be created in 4-hour increments. Finally, we'll confirm the shipping address for the equipment that will arrive on or around your start date. As a reminder, agents receive a laptop, camera, headsets to use for the role, and your designated seasonal manager will reach out to you before you start to confirm your training information, which is 10 days of paid training that includes a mix of online module training plus some live training, both that you'll be able to fit into your busy schedule. Once your training is completed, new agents go live and are ready to start assisting our TurboTax Live customers. Now, quickly, just a few tips to help you prepare for your phone screen with your recruiter and for a successful interview with HireVue. Now that you've applied, be prepared to hear from your recruiter anytime during normal business hours, or feel free to schedule a call during our business hours. If possible, send your most recent resume. If all goes well, you move forward with screening. Be prepared to conduct your digital interview within 24 to 48 hours of your phone screen. Once you receive your HireVue link, please set aside 90 minutes in a quiet location, free from any distractions. Make sure you're using a hardwired desktop or laptop with audio and video capabilities. You can use whatever research tools that you're familiar with, books, notes, internet, just no human assistance. And please take advantage of the practice questions available. Be prepared to explain your answers when needed. And finally, remember, this is an interview, so you want to be professional, project your customer service skills, and enjoy your experience. Now, I'm going to end here and pass the mic quickly back to Thomas so he can wrap things up. Thomas?
All right, we will do a very quick poll before everyone jumps off here. Now that you've heard more about the different opportunities we have available, we'd like to know what interests you most about becoming a tax professional. So tell us, is it earning extra income? Is it growing your tax expertise? Is it choosing a schedule that suits you? Working remotely with 50 clients, or I shouldn't say 50 clients, with clients across 50 states, receiving Intuit employee benefits, or all of the above? Or is it even, you're not sure if this is right for you? We'll wait a quick minute here, see the responses are. All right, a few more seconds. All right, hopefully everyone's getting to pick one of those buttons here. The poll will close here shortly. Okay, and the results are in. Sometimes I feel like I'm on America's Got Talent reading the results, but here's the top three. We have coming in strong at number one. That's all of the above. And that's followed by gaining additional tax expertise or growing tax expertise. And then closely following that is earning extra income. Those are our top three. So I do want to thank you very much for attending the webinar today. If you do have any last minute questions, please go ahead and add them into the Q&A now. If you're waiting to hear back from your recruiter, now's the time to put your name and email into the chat box or the Q&A. A survey link will also be added here, and we'd love for you to provide your feedback before you leave. We'd also like to hear from you on how we did and if we answered all of your questions. And then, of course, if you have not already, please scan the QR code and apply today to be part of our TurboTax Live Professional Network. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.